Kevin, Magpie 24/7, and I hope you're all good. So, Newcastle back to winning ways as we go on the winning trail, as we go to Milan on Tuesday with a 1-0 win over Brentford. It wasn't the best of games, don't get us wrong, it wasn't a easy on the eye type of performance. Brentford knew what they were coming to St James's Park to do. They were coming to St James's Park to play five at the back, make it difficult, make it hard for it to break down, and there was a lot of bits of play in the game where we struggled with that, especially in the first half where we just looked terrible. But back to winning ways, and I think that's all that matters, especially with the last couple of weeks, the defeat to Brighton, the defeat to Liverpool. It's been a weird couple of weeks, and I think it was just about getting the result to get we back on track, which is fantastic. But yeah, the team was obviously Elliot Anderson got a start. Tonali was on the bench because he had a bit of a knock. Should be okay for Tuesday, thank God. And then Longstaff on the other side, back in the team. Thought he played well. But yeah, we'll get into the game, and I thought the first half were very passive. It's probably the right word. It's the word I was saying to Paul most of the first half. We just seemed like in transition, they were very quick to get back into their place in terms of playing five at the back and defending against were really well. And until the second half, we didn't really have an answer for it. Because we were playing side to side, and we had a chance where I think it was headed off the line. And that was as close as we got. But the best chance probably came from Brentford, to be fair, when Pope made a save with his shoulder. But yeah, we're going to half time 0-0, and it's just like we need a goal desperately at this point, and we'll manage to get one. Obviously, the disallowed goal. Craig Pawson, man, like Craig Pawson, the referee, is the worst referee out of a bad batch of referees. Like he's a level of shit that the other referees aren't quite a level of shit. Hopeless. Absolutely, he doesn't know that. I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what football is, and they just put him out on a field on a Sunday, and they're just like, oh, there you go, or Saturday in this case. But yeah, what a terrible like. I don't know how they all look at that disallowed goal and say that's that's not a goal. The keeper jumps up, sees he's in trouble because he misjudged the height of the ball, and he just dives down. For the situation of him being crowded by a lot of people, he's very little. There's no contact, not enough to go down in any way, and he goes down. Wilson taps it in, and it's disallowed. And I've watched it back about 10 times, and I don't know what it was for. Literally, just pathetic refereeing again. Like, the referee gives it, VAR overturns it. Actually, no, I think it's a referee that doesn't give it. Yeah, it's a referee. Fucking shit refereeing. Like, it baffles my mind. If Newcastle hadn't have won this game and that had happened, it would have been very reminiscent of Palace at home last year, where Willock got pushed towards the ball, and it was either a penalty or a goal, and they didn't give either. So yeah, the referee, like, it's all okay though, because we're getting an apology letter off Howard Webb. Like, fucking pathetic. Like, you know what I mean? We'll get the penalty. Anthony Gordon, who I thought played really well running in the chance, despite playing on the other side, which I think a lot of fans wanted because Miggy hasn't been at the race this past couple of weeks. Yeah, he played really well in between the channels and stuff like that, and wins the penalty. Callum Wilson dispatches said penalty, and then another VAR decision later in the game for handball. In real time, where me and Paul sit, it's like, I didn't see a handball because his back was in the way. Obviously, the rest of him, I kind of just see through him. Like, so I didn't see it, so I seen it back, and it's a difficult one because I think like in the same fixture last year, Dan Burn had exactly the same thing, and it was given, and that wasn't. So it's like it's just a consistency again with the Premier League. Do I think it's a penalty? I think it hits his head first, and his arm is up here, like it, and for that I'd probably give it. But it it's hard to say, like, because they have been given against one in the past. But again, they are. I knew they weren't going to give it with how long they were taking, because when they take over a minute or 2 minutes, the chance of them giving it is nil because they're looking for reasons not to give you it. But Newcastle see the game out, and yeah, it looked. It wasn't like I says at the start. It wasn't a pretty game. It wasn't. We didn't look like we're fully firing. But in that second half, we're really up our game. Brentford didn't have an answer for in the second half. I've seen the quotes after the game. You've got Thomas Frank, who I usually like, by the way. He usually has a lot of respect, but he's saying the ball boys not were wasting time. The only lot wasting time yesterday were Brentford, by the way. Goalkeeper, every time he had the ball, took the piss. Every time they had a free kick, they took the piss. Anytime Newcastle had a little bit of play, they took the piss. Like, I'm shocked that none of them got sent off yesterday for just double bookings. Like, the amount of kicks and like dodgy tackles and stuff like there was so many. Like, Brentford tried to kick Newcastle off the park yesterday and strangle the game to death and nick a win or nick a draw. That was their game plan. And yeah, like, I respect Brentford, good team, really good team when they want to be. There's games where they're not, but they're a good side. They're not like a championship team or a lower end Premier League team like an Everton or a Luton. Like, they're a decent Premier League team, and just for the manager to like contradict what his actual game plan was it like, admit it, mate. Like, you were playing for the draw or trying to nick a win. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, my man. To summarise, my man of the match. I'm probably going to give it to Trippier. I thought Trippier was fantastic. When Brentford did attack, they went for the wing backs of Newcastle, tried to attack Trippier and tried to attack Burn, and both defended that really well. Like, you can say what you want about Dan Burn, like there is limitations with him going forward in particular, and he did give away the ball once or twice, but other than that, he was fairly solid. But Trippier was first class, as he usually is. But yeah, Colin Wilson again, honourable mention. He didn't really play well, but he could add 2 goals. Like, funny old thing with strikers, isn't it? But yeah, he's got 3 goals for the season now, so that'll be even more of an argument for him to start over Isak in coming weeks. So yeah, my man of the match, Trippier. Honourable mentions here and there. Longstaff as well. I thought Longstaff had a good game, but yeah, I'll love you and leaves for now. Get your comments in. Let us know how you thought of yesterday's win, and yeah, catch us on the next one, everyone. See you later.